Hello, I'm Matt Guff from thehouse.com, and this is Jason Henderson from Burton Snowboards. How you doing, Jason?
Awesome.
Good to hear. Thanks for being here. Jason is walking us through the 2019 hard goods line, and we are up to the most well-anticipated kind of chunk of hard goods, the Burton Step On system for 2019. There's some new product in the line. They launched last year for the first time. The second time.
Yeah.
And it's really good. It's really good to see a brand like Burton kind of pushing the envelope and doing something like this. I thought there was a lot of really good response to it. I thought a lot of people enjoyed it, and every time that I wrote it, I liked it. What is a step on?
Well, kind of like what you said before is we had a step-in system years ago.
Yes.
And so did other manufacturers, but because there was a need for a convenience-based system, and everybody kind of rushed it to market. Prototyping, manufacturing, everything was different then. That was years ago, so things have changed a lot. But they didn't ride that great.
Right.
You were giving up convenience for performance. They were heavy. They didn't work. They didn't flex with the board. They just didn't ride right. So it was something they put about 5 years of development into, and it was just like, okay, if we're gonna do this again, it's got to ride good. It's got to ride as good,
Right.
If not better. And it's got to. There's like all these things. It's like, okay, what are we putting on the board? They can't be heavy. They got to ride better. There's a lot of things that they. Boxes they had to check before they move forward. So, and that's why it took them a long time. And with our rapid prototyping capabilities, they're able to just try different, scenarios and all that. They actually had 2 different systems they developed in parallel. 3 points of contact versus 4. And, there's a great R&D video
It is
about
good.
it. It's really cool if you want to. You see the man behind the maple curtain. It's pretty cool. So
that's right. We'll link it below.
That. Yeah,
we'll link it below.
So, but anyways, it's something that we brought to market, limited last year, just testing the waters to see the response. And it was obviously better than we thought. Still gonna proceed with caution. It's not gonna be found everywhere. It's not gonna be. There's not going to be thousands and thousands of these things, available at the end of the year. They're probably going to be sold out right away. So
that's what happened with us. Is like we sold out of every boot and binding before we even got them in.
Yeah.
Like we didn't even have them in our shop. Yeah. Like they were just sold out like that.
Yeah. Burton is kind of the same. They had a very few, select amount, and they were sold out in 6 hours.
Yeah.
Like it was. So what that told us is there's a need. There was a need in the market for a convenience-based system. We're not saying that this is for everybody. But it does ride as good. It's awesome. I've been on it for 2 years, and I've ridden my straps once, and I love my straps. Don't get me wrong. It's awesome. Like it's great. But this ride's awesome too. Some people just want to. It's a thing. There's people that want to just get to the top of the hill and go. The guys that are with their buddies at ski. It's like they're always waiting for them, and they're pissed off at them. It's just let's go. And like now you can just go. Just
step on.
Yeah, step on and go. So
cool. So what do we have here? We have the men's line. We have the women's line.
Yep.
There's just like kind of one binding from each, and then 3 boots for men's, 2 boots for women.
Yep. And then also what's going to be new for next year, which I don't have samples of yet. Is there's going to be a kids step on, so size 4 to 7
for 2019.
Yep. So those will be all this stuff will be kind of dropping the early part of November.
Cool.
So
cool.
But I was able to dig out my samples and stuff like that, and so we can do this nice little video.
Yeah. Perfect.
So basically, how the line kind of progresses. Like in the men's line, you've got the ruler, which is definitely the softer of the 3. So the ruler. Has our imprint 2 liner, has the internal a cuff on the inside, so again heat moldable just like everything else that the Burton Burton boots bring to the table. It is boa. It does have the one single coiler boa. One thing that we're doing with Step On and a few of the women's boots is a new lacing pattern on boa. It's called Sequence. So typically with a single zone boa. it would basically just intertwine, and they would both connect at the bottom. And when you tighten everything down, it all comes in at once.
Sure.
So what we've done here is figured out if we tie, the one side of the boa off halfway and the other side of the boa off the other way, it pulls, one side of the boa pulls from the top part, the other side of the boa pulls from the bottom part.
Got it.
So it's kind of like you get that dual zone feel with the with one single dial. So that's called sequence.
Instead of being just tight on the bottom and loose on top or whatever.
It gives you kind of that snugger, kind of snake bite fit.
Cool.
So that is new for 19. Is the sequence lacing with the boa.
For all boa boots.
No, for all step on.
For all step on.
Yeah, there's a couple women's boa boots, the straps that are that way. But just all boa with step on is the sequence lacing.
Got it. Okay.
So if you're, kind of freestyle, like the soft, fit, kind of park kid, or, if you like a really soft boot, the ruler might be the option for you.
Okay.
So, so just, a couple things about the step on in general. You have 3 points of contact, which, so they kind of developed in parallel with 4 points, but you've got, just 2 clips on the front that clip into these kind of living clips here. So when you step on, those just clip in. That's the same spot where toe straps would normally be. Guys with bigger feet, you don't have a toe strap sitting out there, so you have, even less overall, hang there. So,
got it.
And then you got one main engagement point in the back. So, which acts kind of like it's kind of like a buckle in the back of the high back. So up off the snow, you're not having those icing over problems. You have a normal sole boot. There's no stiff inserts or anything in there like the old ones. Right. So you're actually riding on the binding just like you would a normal strap system. So, and it's built on our reflex base plates.
Got it.
So it's got the little clip on the back here. That's where the pant leg goes, because you can't have your pant leg covering the heel cleat, because that'll cause some problems.
Right.
But that's back there if you need it.
Yep.
So then next up from that is the Photon.
Okay.
So a little bit stiffer. It does have the imprint 3 liner, so nicer internal cuff, better internal fabric with the dry ride heat cycle, better footbed. Has the sequence lacing on the main boa, but it also has the boa snugger ankle strap.
Okay. Tell me a little bit your take on this little ankle section. I found that when I ride, I felt like it didn't give me that much more performance. It just felt like it had a snugger heel hold.
It kind of gave you a little bit more of a familiar feel if you're just.
That's right. That's right.
It's really personal preference.
Right.
I mean, there's guys that that take this and they'll cut it off completely. They just they want the rest of the Photon boot, but it's just really personal preference. Okay. I personally like the extra ankle support.
Okay.
Yep. But you can ride it super loose if you want. You can crank it down if you want tight. You just kind of that's what the snugger strap just gives you that option.
I suppose you could also just you could do this one super loose and this super tight, so you have
however
a lot of. It could be loose up on top.
Yeah, however you want.
And it would feel like an ankle strap, but step on.
Yeah, that is kind of the beauty of boa, is you can adjust it on the chairlift. You can reach down with your gloves, you can loosen it up or tighten it. Even get your pants over it, you can kind of reach down and tighten it or loosen it. So it kind of works good.
Cool. So the Photon's gonna be a little bit more responsive than the ruler.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Cool.
So,
and then new. This is a new one, right?
Yep. New for 2019.
Boom.
So taking our most iconic boots in the line, the Ion, and dropping it into Step On.
Awesome.
So basically, still got the snugger strap, but the rest of it is actually Speed Zone.
Just wait, time out. What's that called? The snuggers?
Snugger strap.
Snugger strap.
Yeah, that's what we call this, the snugger strap. So, but the main lace is our traditional Speed Zone.
Okay.
Like the Ion. So you are getting that true dual zone, lacing with the main part of the with the main part of the boot.
Got it.
And then you have, again, your snugger strap just to kind of tighten things up, if that's what you want.
Cool.
So, but then all the other things that the Ion has, like the lifeliner, the tough cuff on the inside, it's more supportive, that sort of thing. So just another higher end option. So.
Right. That's a really versatile line, from the ruler Photon into the
Yeah, Ion. I mean, taking our best sellers and making step on versions of them.
Right.
So.
That's nice, and then of course we have the women's line.
Yep. So then women's line.
Through that stuff.
So then, kind of following suit there, we've got the Limelight, which would kind of be similar to like a ruler, so a little softer in flex. You got the Imprint 2 liner, so women's specific boots. They are narrow in the heel, a little taller on the arch. They've got the extra flex panels here that accommodate for different volumes of calves. There's a lot of women typically have a lower calf than men too, so we try to accommodate for that volume. And you also see on the high backs are just slightly lower as well to accommodate for that. Right. So this has the again the single zone sequence boa. So,
but Limelight has a nice little colorway to it. It's really nice that it's not just a ruler boot downsized and changed color.
Yeah, we didn't shrink it and pink it. It's its own thing.
That's right. Then the Felix.
So the Felix, definitely the more performance driven one. So similar to the upgrades that you go when you go to the Photon, you go to the Imprint 3 liner. Again, women specific. So it's got those flex panels for different sizes and stuff of calves. The sequence main boa, the snugger strap, and a little bit stiffer overall flex.
Okay, cool. So maybe a little bit more free rider.
Yeah.
A little bit more all mountain freestyle.
Yep. So girls, maybe just kind of getting going, or just like a softer boot. That could be a good option.
Cool.
But girl that charges, whatever. I mean, wants something more supportive. The Felix would be a great way to go.
And it's really cool to see, again, you guys kind of like push the envelope when it comes to like technology and innovation. No one else is doing a system like this.
Nope, we've kept it under wraps for a long time, and there was a lot of work that went into this thing along the way. Right. And it's a lot of really smart people that have got this thing, got this, and this is just kind of the tip of the iceberg.
You got some other stuff?
Like I said, we got kits coming. There's a lot of stuff coming down the pipe that they're always working on. It's gonna be cool. So again, it's an option for people. Right. We're not saying that this is gonna be the future. This is just gonna bring new people to the sport. It rides as good. It's just gonna, like I said, it's gonna be just great for the overall sport. So.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad you're able to kind of like walk us through everything. It's cool to see that there's a new boot within the line, the Ion SRO, and it's nice to see that there's two really great options for women out there. Yeah. I'm stoked to see what the kids versions look like when they come out and drop. So appreciate it, man. Cool.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me.
Whoa. In your house.
Yeah. Thanks for being here, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment or a question. The last couple of videos that we did last season with the Step On, we got a lot of traction. A lot of people asked questions. A lot of people left comments, and it was really cool to see. So if you've ever ridden these within the period of the last year or so, let me know what you actually think of them. Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? How does it feel for you? Subscribe to the channel by clicking that link or checking out those videos over there. And remember to check out all this product at thehouse.com by selecting the links below in the description. Hopefully see you guys on snow. Peace.
See ya.